Hi party people, welcome to Bonehead Tarot. For today's pick a card reading, we're going to be seeing who's up late thinking about you. I did a similar reading over on TikTok, like earlier this week I think, but with the YouTube reading there's more groups so we can be more specific. Yeah, and I had fun doing that one. So yeah, these are the plans for the reading today. We're going to use oracle cards to kind of get into what the person's who's thinking about you, their energy is, like their energy towards you, how you know them, stuff like that. And then we're going to get into the tarot with actually looking at their thoughts, and then charms with extra messages, signs, synchronicities, and stuff like that. And then closing advice for what advice the universe wants you to have regarding this person. So our pile group pickers for today are really fun. They're really fun. They're cats that I've painted. One is a collaboration between me and my friends because I was having a hard time and we were all hanging out and I was like, please help me with this. So they did. So that's group one. Group one is the little collab. I call him Diva Kitty. Group one is Diva Kitty, an icon. I'm gonna put these like somewhere in the back so that we can hang out with them during our reading. Group two is Pink Wig Cat. This is just like on paper, Pink Wig Cat. And group three is my favorite, Swag Fairy Kitty. So, yeah. Take all the time you need to see which group you are feeling called to the most, and I'll go ahead and see you in your reading. Pile one, if you chose that bad boy right there, then this is gonna be your reading. So, we're gonna start out with some oracle cards to see who's up late thinking about you, and then we'll get into the tarot, and then charms, and then we'll get some closing advice. So, for the oracle cards for who this is, for their main energy we have the River with number 34. For their energy towards you we have cash, money, finances, abundance, and gift giving. How you know them, we got Judgment and the Tower. These kind of match the vibe of our pile pickers for today, so their outward energy is Uranus with Breakthrough, Change, Originality, Awakening, Aquarius, Shocking, Revolutionary, Innovation, Sudden Events, Epiphanies, Unconventional, and Unusual. Actually, I'm gonna put that there and that there. And then for a look at their inner self, we have Left Out. So, okay, cool. This is someone who's really, with you in particular, I think they like to be really generous with you. They might give a lot of compliments. They're very endearing. Like, you might find them to be very endearing when you interact with them. Yeah, I think they just are, for the most part, always happy around you. I think you just make them happy. Like, they constantly want to, like, give you stuff, so they could give you, like, they could, like, buy your lunch, or, oh, like, I bought this for myself and I didn't really like it, so do you want it? I can give it to you. Or, like, like flowers, maybe, stuff like that. I think they're just someone who sees you and then immediately they just want to, like, make your day better, and I think the best way that they think they can do that is through gift giving. Like, gift giving could be a love language of theirs, maybe acts of service. It's like they just want to, like, cover for you and make sure that you feel safe and secure and that you feel taken care of, especially if you're the kind of person who takes care of other people's constantly. Then they're like, well, obviously pile one needs that energy back, like, right back at them, and who better to do it than me? Their overall energy with the River and Uranus, this is someone who like, kind of creates their own flow. They really, really like really do their own thing. A lot of people might view this person as like very different. So they could maybe dress more like alternatively. And I want to say like alternative isn't necessarily like dark colors and I'm in the goth community, I dress very grungy or emo or whatever, which are all like really different things. But like alternative is also like rainbows all of the time. Like someone who constantly wears like all pink, or all like there's this woman, I've seen her on TikTok. She probably has other social media. She's like the green lady of New York City or something. And her like whole house is green. Everything she wears is green. Her hair is green. That's alternative. So like they really just do what makes them happy. They do what they want to do. And I think with their inner self being left out, I think that stems from, maybe whenever they were growing up, they, of course, were doing what they wanted to and made them happy because they're a kid and, like, you don't know what expectations are when you're a kid. You're figuring them out. And so, I think they, quickly learned upon entering, school, that however they were rocking was, like, really different from how everybody else was rocking, And either they were bullied for it, and it didn't even have to be like, we're bullying you and making fun of you and we're calling you names, although that could have been it. With left out, they probably were just like left out of things, and people might have just found them weird and didn't really want to interact with them. If this sounds a lot like you, like it could be, let me mute that girl. It could be, but it could also just be someone who's very similar to you. Yeah. They also, with Uranus energy here and with revolutionary here, I think this is someone who has very, very strong beliefs. They could have like really strong political beliefs, just because that's like prevalent in our environment today, or someone who's really, like, adamant about environmental change and impacts and stuff like that. Like, they have a really big heart and they care very deeply, and they're very open with their emotions and their feelings, like how things, like, they're moved quite easily, I think. I think that might have been something that they needed to morph into over time, as you grow and evolve into your current self. You become more aware of who you are and what you like and what you don't like, and you become more comfortable and confident in who you are and how you express yourself. And so I think that's something that they've been going through a lot recently, but like maybe within like the past 5 years or something, which I think makes sense, because a lot of people, if you're watching this when I'm uploading it, or like the year I'm uploading it, I don't know, a lot of people kind of were able to experiment with who they were during COVID. Yeah, for how you know them with Judgment and the Tower. For some of you, you may have known this person since you were kids together. But for others, I think that, like, this is kind of just someone who dropped into your life one day and then never left. Like, it's almost like the universe was like, you need this kind of person in your life. Here you go. And then didn't have, like, any explanation. And this person's just like, hey! I guess we're friends now. It's like, it's kind of funny. Yeah, it's like a parent who, like, just, like, pairs you up with, like, another kid. It's like, go be friends with that one. It'll be fine. It'll work out. You'll be great. You look like you would get along. And they're right. And they're right. And they're right. I think this is somebody that you really get along with. I think there's someone that you can be silly with. I think there's someone that you can have fun with. that you can be totally and completely like your authentic self around, and just like I don't know, like the phrase like the radical truth is coming through. So I think that you could have conversations about things that are radical truths to you, or things that like are revealed as radical truths to you. Yeah, I think this person also probably managed to really, really, really give you like a perspective shift in life just through their presence, and probably through them like not really caring. Like, side note, they do care. They care a lot about a lot of things. I think they've had to learn to stop caring, or like not care as much about how other people think about them. How other people think, like other people's judgments of them, you know, like it's something that they've had to learn to not be bothered by, because their opinion of themselves is the most important one. And if they're living life by other people's definitions and other people's expectations of them, and they're sad with who they are and how they're expressing themselves, then that's like really disappointing to them, because they're not free, you know, like they can't do what they want, be who they want, with who they want, because of society. We live in a society, or whatever. Yeah, they could be 34, just with the number 34 here, or the numbers 3 and 4 could be significant. Yeah. Maybe they wear a watch, or like have a cool watch, just because I'm noticing the person holding this kitty has a watch. But like, look at all the hearts and stuff around this one. Like, I like radical self-love and acceptance, you know? That's what this person's all about. And they probably just, again, like through their presence, have been able to assist you with that. Yeah. This is someone who really cares a lot about you. I think they care, and it feels very like, I mean, of course, take what resonates, and if, you know, whatever. But this feels really like platonic. Like they just care a lot about you in a way that's like, they want the best for you, and they care a lot about all of their friends, and want the best for all of their friends, and for all of their friends to be really happy, and all of their friends to succeed. This is a very like hopeful individual. Like they see a beautiful future that you have to fight tooth and nail for, but a beautiful future nonetheless. That's beautiful. Yeah. Okay, cool. Is there anything else for who this person is? This person could be doing well financially, which makes sense that like they'd want to share it with you. Yeah, maybe they really like ice cream as well. Just because I'm noticing that like there's ice cream in the back. Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, so let's get into the tarot. So, what's the nature of this person's thoughts about pile 1? What is the nature out of this person's thoughts about pile 1? Judgment again. The 9 of Wands. Can I get one more? Four of Cups with the Sun on the bottom. And then there's the Tower. Synchronicities. Okay, cool. I think that they are like concerned for your well-being is how it's coming through. Just in the sense where like they don't want you to be bored with life. They don't want you to feel like you are putting in all of this energy and all of this time and money into something for nothing. And they want you, like, they, again, just like want nothing but the best for you. It's like very, like maternal / paternal almost. Not that this person is like a parental figure, but I think with how much they care about you, it like almost get there. This could be like an older sibling maybe. I wouldn't be surprised about that. That I think would make sense. But they just want you to, like, they are up late thinking about, are you happy? Are you living a life that you are fulfilled by? Are you finding success in your life? And so I define success in a lot of different ways. Of course, there's like financial and career success, which is the, I think, traditional definition of it. But I also think there's success in terms of like success is you setting a goal and then achieving it. If you're setting a goal to be happy and you're achieving it, then you're being successful in that. If you're setting a goal to, you know, like whatever. So they just want you to feel like whatever you're doing, you are doing it well and you're doing it successfully. And they want you to feel like, again, like you're not putting in all of this effort and love and money into something for no reason, you know? I think they're hoping that like you get a perspective shift soon, or you have had a perspective shift recently, that things like are looking up and life isn't just boring and bills and other responsibilities and like requirements of things that you like have to do. I'm sorry, it's my coffee. And they want you to, they just want you to be happy. So, my like first two tarot questions are kind of the same thing, just like worded differently. So I'm gonna see why are they thinking about you, and then I'll do something else. I'll think about it on the spot, so we'll get there. So why is this person thinking about pile one? We have the King of Wands, the Devil. Why is this person thinking about pile one? And the Chariot with the Ace of Wands on the bottom. Like, I think it's a mixture of they're always thinking about you and your well-being, and if you're living a good life. But with the Chariot and the King of Wands, there might have also been something that they saw that reminded them of you, so that you were kind of brought to the forefront of their mind. You want to hang out? Yeah. Cleo time. I wish you could see more of her than just her tail, but it is what it is. Yeah, I think there might have been something, oh, bye, that reminded them of you. That could be a hobby of yours or an interest of yours, or something that was a hobby or interest of yours when you were younger. I'm thinking of like Sonic the Hedgehog. Like, I don't know, maybe they were walking around like a convention or something and saw something that's like Sonic the Hedgehog, which makes sense. And they like texted you a picture or something and were like, oh my god, thinking of you, or like younger you would have loved this, like 4-year-old you would have killed this shit and begged for it and cried for it until we got it for you or something. Yeah, that's so cute. That's so cute. Okay. I think I want to see if this person will reach out soon. So, will this person be reaching out to pile one soon? We have the Magician. Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised if you talk to this person regularly, actually. Two of Cups. Oh. And the Eight of Swords. With the Moon here. They might text you, like, all the fucking time, actually, to the point where they're like, I know I'm bothering them. I know I'm, like, blowing up their phone and being a little annoying. I'm gonna pretend like I don't know that, though. I'm gonna pretend like I'm not being a little annoying. Because with the Magician here, this person could probably talk a lot, especially to you. I think they just have a lot of ideas, a lot of things to say. Plus, if they, you know, like, really like hanging out with you, then they're gonna want to, like, yap with you, you know? Chit-chat, talk to you. Get your opinions on stuff. Want to know about your ideas. What's new with you? What's going on? What do you think about this thing that's going on? What do you think about that thing that's going on? You know? All of it. So yeah. They might even text you, like, when they're having these late night thoughts about you with the Moon here. Honestly. Like, they could be having these little thoughts and then they're like, well, shit, let me call them real quick. Let me make sure they're doing okay. And that might come from a place of, like, anxiety and fear of, like, what if something's wrong? Yeah. Hello, Cleo. Okay. So, let's get some charms and extra messages. Hold on, I gotta get the box. Okay. Okay. So. Okay. What are some extra messages, signs, and synchronicities regarding... Oh, okay. This person is up late thinking about following. Okay. So, we have two fortunes. Very often, you cannot help to think of somebody. Yeah. I mean, yeah, that's what the reading is about, huh? Yeah. For the numbers on the back, I normally don't read these, but we have 55, 5, so 555, 45, 28, 13, and 4. And then our other one is, your persuasive manner will be difficult to resist. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if like, one, this person can't say no to you, but you also can't say no to this person. Because, like, you probably also have a lot of love for them. I don't know. So, yeah, it's just, like, really sweet. Riddles. Riddles. We have a lot of witchy stuff here. So this person could be kind of witchy, just because literally witch hat. Or maybe, like, Halloween is their favorite season. Maybe they dressed up as a witch recently, or, like, a little, like, sorcerer or a goblin something, you know? Because also we have a ghost on a broom. Ghost witch. Yeah. I'm thinking of... No, what's it called? What's it called? It's like one of my favorite movies and one of my family's favorite movies for Halloween with Thackeray Binks and the Sanderson sisters. No, because I have to look it up because this is gonna piss me off. Hocus Pocus! Hocus Pocus. Could be an important movie. Hello! Sorry, I can't ignore her. That would be really mean. We also have a little unicorn with like a lollipop. So this person could really love unicorns or like candy or just things that are really sweet and cute and adorable. All things cute. We also have the sign of Scorpio. So they could be a Scorpio or have Scorpio energy somewhere in their chart. That's so cute. We have a little dog and a rocket. So I think this person, for some reason, it's like they could be really smart. That's what this makes me think of, someone who's really intelligent. But like, I don't know if it would be really something that's like really, really obvious. Hold on, I have to turn my phone on Do Not Disturb because my family group chat's going crazy. Here we go. They could also really like dogs. What's that show? Movie? Astro Boy, I think. That could be a sign of synchronicity. There's also a little bone here, so maybe they like bones and weird things. If they like bones, and if they're kind of witchy and they read tarot, you should totally show them the Bonehead Tarot deck. They would really like it. It's really cool. I don't know, I'm just saying. We also have a little piece of citrine here. Yeah, so I think this person is probably, and it kind of looks like the shape of the top of a witch hat. Pause, that's kind of crazy. Like, and then, do you see it? Because I do. Anyway, so maybe they have like a career that's a little witchy. That'd be cool. Or they like do it for fun. But also with citrine, they could just be like a very successful individual. Someone who, maybe they really like manifestation too. They could use manifestation for like their dream career or something. Yeah, but like a very successful individual. They might be really good at like just getting what they want. Good for them! We also have this like moon goddess thing. I'm thinking of a book series I read like a really long time ago when I was in like elementary or middle school. I think it's called like Daughters of the Moon. I think it's I think it's by L.J. Smith, but I could be wrong. Yeah. They could also really like moons, be really into moon stuff, have nice feminine energy about them. We also have little lovers, but as cats here. Maybe they're a big cat person. Maybe they really like cats. I hope they do because they're amazing. I have a lot of cat things going on right now. The deck, that guy, these guys. Yeah, maybe they really like cats and tarot. I wouldn't be surprised if they're also just like a lover. I think they're just in love with life and they find beauty in everything, and I think they have a really big heart. And like, even if they are like, I love the moon, me and the moon are one and the same, this person has a, like, they are radiant like the sun and they shine like the sun, I think. I'm also thinking of, oh gosh, the Miss Cutie from Big Hero 6. She's so cool. What's her name? She's cool. She has like the periodic table on like a bag, and then she presses the buttons to make it on the spot, and then it's like a ball of something. Oh, I can't remember her name because I was never really into that movie, but then you see her all over the internet because they're like, she's so cool. Yeah, we also have Bambi here. Yeah, I like some fawn energy with a little butterfly. Yeah, I think that this person kind of like, they just have like a very sweet and I like want to say innocent or childlike or naive energy about them, but not in the sense where it's like the actual definition of any of those words. It's just really pure and good and like untainted by the world. But I think that's through sheer determination. They have been through some fuck shit. They have been through the ringer a time or two. They're familiar with it. They see the ringer, they go, oh hey buddy, shake your hand, how's it going? But yet they still maintain like a lovely like outlook on life, and they're full of love, and they can't let things get to them because then it wins, you know? We also have this cute emoji, like it's holding out a frog and it has heart eyes. This is like really this is really them. They might really like frogs, be really into frogs, or like toads. I'm seeing like a toad in like a witch hat in my brain. Sick as hell, by the way. Really cool. They can also read like bugs or dead things. Like, yeah, just like weird stuff. Like they like weird stuff. Not that liking frogs is weird now. It's kind of common. Yeah. And then we have a little blue ducky. A little blue ducky. Maybe this person really likes baths, or like Lush, the bath bomb company. Maybe they used to work there. I don't know. That was just something that was coming through. But for some reason, I don't know why, but like little duckies remind me of good luck. I don't know why. It's a personal association. Oh, and Jeeps. And Jeeps, because the Jeep people do that thing where they trade ducks with each other, which is cute. Yeah, so this person could have a really good luck, which makes sense why, like, they get what they want, you know? They just have good luck. Maybe they have, like, a really beneficial Jupiter placement. So, also, what's crazy is I started, this is just me talking, by the way, you don't have to listen. Hold on, while I pick out a deck for advice. I thought my Jupiter was in my first house the whole time I've been into astrology, which is like 10 years. But then I switched to like the whole house system, because that makes more sense. What I want to use. And it's in my second house. Hell yeah. But does that also mean I spend a lot of money? Probably, yeah. In Gemini, yeah. But that's fine. Anyway, what advice do we have for pile 1 in regards to this person? What advice do we have for pile 1? Oh, hello? Expansion. It's funny because we were just talking about Jupiter. Trigger statement, I am not enough. True statement, I love myself. Your tender heart is in need of care. Know that your body is here to help you experience a miraculous life. Embrace it. This is exactly what I think this person has been trying to tell you for a really long time, or like get through to you. Like, period. Can I get 2 more? Thank you. So, we have clearing. Trigger statement, none of this matters. True statement, I am clear. Feel as any external energy is cleared from you and your space. You are energetically pure and can focus on the task at hand. Period. And then trust. With trigger statement, what if something happens? True statement, I take my hands off the wheel. Jesus, take the wheel. You are not alone. The universe is working with you. Relax and enjoy the adventure. Yeah. Yeah. So Loki, I think the advice is like listen to this person and the advice they have for you, which might be propaganda from them, but I also think they're right. So okay. That's all I have for you, pile 1. Thank you so much for joining me for your reading. I really appreciate it. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this reading, if you enjoy how I read. Join the Bone Dead Club. We have fun here. We have a great time. You can check out my Patreon. I upload a lot of different stuff there. I do bonus readings, tarot education content, extended readings over from TikTok, hey, what is that called? I upload tarot spreads that I make as PDFs so you can download them and do them for yourself. And then if you pick the highest tier, then you get a free 10-minute reading every month. So, well, free, you're paying for the tier, but you know, whatever. Yeah. Is there anything else? Oh, check out the Bone Dead Tarot deck. It's really cool. I made it. This is her. This is her. She's awesome. You can also check out the Childlike Oracle. I made that deck too. We used it today. We used her. She's also cute and fun and cool. You can book a personal reading as well. A lot going on. Okay. Thanks for joining me, and I hope you have a lovely morning, afternoon, or night whenever you're watching. Bye. Hi, pile 2. If you chose cat in a pink wig, this is gonna be a reading. So we're gonna get into the tarot. Hey, these are oracle cards. My bad. We're gonna get into oracle cards first to see who's up late thinking about you, and then we're gonna get into tarot, and then charms, and then advice. Our plan. So it's fine. Let's go get into it. For their main energy, we have Thanatos, however you want to say it, with number 73. Wow. I promise I can read Roman numerals. Their energy towards you is garden with emotional healing, growth, and single. Ooh, and then there's a little message on the watering can that says, how does your garden grow? And then, no, this one. We have how you know them. We have the magician. I don't know if you can tell, I really like cats. Their outward energy is earth with lessons, reorientation, awareness, 3D experience, schooling, duality, human condition, practicality, reality, physical body, nature, stability, and mission. And to look at their inner self, we have winter break. Cool. So, Slay. Yeah. Okay. This is someone who's really focused on growth, personal growth, healing, evolving into their best self, and also someone who understands that their best self is unattainable and unachievable in the sense that, like, it is always evolving, thus so are they. Like, there's always, like, there's so many different selves that they are going to evolve into, and their best self is going to look so different, like, year to year, month to month, week to week, day to day. You know, this is someone who changes a lot, so they could change, like, their appearance a lot. They could have, like, a lot of different vibes that they dress up as. So, like, one day could be really, like, punk, and then it's more goth, and then it's emo, and then it's actually, like, spiritual baddie, and then they're like, I'm a workout person now. I'm wearing my fucking, I don't know, what did they wear? Lululemon? And now I'm showing off all of my X-Men stuff. I don't know why X-Men is coming through, but it is. So, I don't know, I'm also, for some reason, Thanatos is making me think of Magneto. I don't really know a lot of X-Men things. So, yeah, I think this is someone who grows all of the time. They could be really into taking care of their physical body as well. So, like, and not in a way that is adhering to societal standards in a sense of like, I have to be skinny, I need to be this pants size, I need to be ripped as fuck. More so in the sense of like what is my body's happy weight? What is my body's happy weight? What kind of foods makes my body feel good? What kind of foods make my body feel bad? I think they're very good at paying attention to things. They're very observant, both towards themselves, but also other people. So yeah, this is someone who's going, like, they work out in a healthy way. This is not someone who's going to adhere to diet culture in any way. In fact, they probably publicly shame it. And like this, like, unhealthy diet culture, of course. And someone who, I don't know, like, they probably do yoga, they probably meditate, they probably are, like, tell everyone to meditate. They're like, dude, once I started meditating, things got so much better. I don't meditate, but I probably should. I'm also not good at taking care of my body, but that's a different story. I wish I could be like this person, dude. They have a routine, and it's not this, it's a routine where they listen and react to what their body is asking of them, and it could change frequently. So like one week they could be doing more like cardio or something, and then the next week they're like, actually I need to stretch my body more, and so they switch to like yoga. Or the next week they're like, my body feels really tired actually, so let me feed it good foods and nurture it, and we'll just do a lot of like slower movements like stretches, yoga flows, or something like that. With the magician here, you could have met this person online. You could have met this person in some sort of like community or space where you bond over similar interests, or you could have also bonded over like manifestation or more like woo-woo stuff like that, I guess, especially because he's in a hat. He's in a wizard hat. You're a wizard, Harry. Maybe you bonded over Harry Potter. But just something that is a very like communicative space, something where the two of you were able to interact like regularly and discuss things with ease regularly, like conversation. You probably like never ran out of topics to talk about. In fact, it might have been like, hey, actually I need to like go, I'm already late, I'm having such a, it's a joy talking to you, but I have other things I need to do. Yeah, I think that your minds just connect really well. You just understand each other really well. Yeah, it's like you speak like your brains are like speaking the same language, you know? You finish each other's sentences, or sandwiches if you really like Frozen. Which maybe they do, because we have winter break here for a look at their inner self. For their inner self with winter break, that's dope. That's great. They could be really good at having fun. I think their inner self like celebrates things regularly, has a really big like emphasis and importance on family and connecting with people. And also with winter break, like it kind of talks about cycles as well as a lot of the other cards here, because winter break is like the end of that year and then a helpful transition into the new year. Oh, I forgot what the other stuff was going to be, but you know, we'll just go with that one. So I think that they are someone who is just constantly changing, but again, they're good at listening to themselves, they're good at having fun, they're good at exploring new things, I also think they're good at pulling other people into their fun. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe they really like warm clothes. Maybe they're constantly cold. So they really like to be bundled up. They could also really enjoy winter, or like winter holidays, snow, skiing, or snowboarding, maybe? Yeah. I'm thinking of this song, I don't know if this is significant, but it popped in my head. Life of the Spider by Halsey. So, I don't know. That's like a really different vibe than what's going on. So, I don't know how much significance that has. Maybe that was just like something like a synchronicity or confirmation for someone that was like listening to it recently. Which, dude. Anyway, okay, cool. So, is there anything else? They could garden. They could garden. I think they're really good at taking care of things, so they could also be really into taking care of animals or like volunteering at animal shelters. Maybe they like worked somewhere with plants one time. I don't know. They could, again, like have an outdoor garden, but they could also like have indoor plants that they like to take care of. Yeah. Okay. So, let's get into tarot. Okay, so what is this person thinking about when it comes to pile 2, when they're up late thinking about pile 2? What's the nature of their thoughts? We have the 3 of Swords, the 4 of Wands. Well, the Fool and the 5 of Swords. I kind of want to pull for the other questions and then get into it. So why are they thinking about pile 2? We have the 2 of Wands. Ten of Swords. 10 of Wands. What happened between you two? And will they reach out to... Girl, I didn't quite say yet. Will they reach out to pile 2 soon? We have Justice, the 5 of Cups in reverse, and the Empress. Interesting, with the 7 of Wands on the bottom. Let me think. It's really interesting. I don't know if you still talk to this person, if you still hang out with this person. Because with the 3 of Swords, the 4 of Wands, the Fool, and the 5 of Swords, it seems like there's a lot of reminiscing. I think they really... Because this person changes and has fresh starts all the time. I think they really wish that they could have like a fresh start with you. And with the 4 of Wands, I think they really wish that they could connect with you and talk with you. I heard cuddle with you, so maybe this is more romantic for some of you. Just be close to you. If they ever said any like harsh words to you, or if there were ever any arguments between the two of you, and they said something that really hurt your feelings, I think they think about that all the time and really have a lot of regrets about it and feel really bad, but also it's like reaching out to apologize for that, if they haven't already, seems daunting because it's like they don't know if you want to hear from them or not, if like reaching out to apologize would be worse than just like letting it be and letting it sit. Yeah, I think there's a lot of like sadness and grief whenever they think about you. But also like it's kind of bittersweet sometimes, because I think there can be joy when they think about you too, because joy at the prospects of, you know, maybe something could happen in the future. Maybe there's the opportunity for the two of you to connect later on in life. But also joy at like, because I think this is someone that you did have fun times with, you know, even if they weren't all fun times. There were still some good times, and I think they like to think about that. Yeah, I think they like to picture or envision what it would be like to start fresh with you, or have a clean slate with you, or start over completely and not say shitty things. If you said shitty things to this person, or I don't know about shit, but like if you said harsh words to this person too, they also think about that. Sometimes they might think that like maybe you had a valid point, but also maybe it could have been said in a way that was kinder, but also maybe they could have said things in a way that was kinder. Yeah, they a lot of like overthinking, I think, about the whole thing. And kind of just also really wishing that they could see you. They might scroll through your social media just to check up on you and see how you're doing and make sure you're doing well. Especially without them, I'm hearing. Yeah. Okay. So, for why they're thinking about you, yeah, there are thoughts about reaching out, and wanting to know how you're doing and wanting to see, like, what's up, and sometimes they might see you, again, like, on social media, or maybe, like, in passing, in person, and then their chest aches. But it's kind of like, I don't know, with the Ten of Wands and the Ten of Swords, I'm hearing the phrase, like, are you gonna hang out? Not that one. The burden of grief. Is there something in your eye? Yeah, the burden of grief and the burden of, like, doing things wrong while thinking at the time that whatever you're doing was right. Because I think that if they said mean things, or if they said harsh things, to them, at the time, it might have been somewhat of like from the perspective of saying it out of justification or something like that. But upon reflection, I think they realized like it was kind of just an ego thing and less so about actual justice and actually having things be fair, or like standing up for something that's right, or, you know, whatever. Yeah, I think they think about you a lot because they have a hard time letting things go between the two of you, letting that chapter kind of like actually close out. Which is funny because they're really good at moving on from things and changing and growing all the time, but this is one thing that they struggle with moving on from. Which to them, I think, acts as a sign of like, well, maybe I'm not supposed to let it go yet because I don't want to. Maybe there's something left here. Maybe there's something salvageable. Which there may or may not be. That's, I think, up to you. Beautiful girl. I have to give her pets and scratches because it's like pet law, you know? I can't ignore her. So, for will they reach out to you soon, we have Justice, the Five of Cups in reverse, and the Empress. I think they really want to, and I feel like they might do it in the future when they're not feeling so mopey about things, when there's like no longer any sore feelings, or hurt feelings or hard feelings, and when they think you might be actually receptive to them talking to you and opening up to you about things. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's all I have for that. Yeah, that's all we got for that one. I love you. Okay, so let's get some extra messages, signs, and synchronicities. So, what extra messages, signs, and synchronicities do we have for, where's the pile tail? We have a little like die here. Little. So I'm hearing the phrase like roll the dice. So they might take a chance and reach out. But they also don't want to like potentially ruin things forever by reaching out too prematurely. Yeah, and there's like a little hedgehog here. Oh, this makes me think of Jan Brett. So maybe Jan or Brett are some important names. That's kind of what I'm getting from that one. Yeah. We also have no. Yeah, I think they're really scared of hearing the word no from you. Again, in the sense that like you don't want to hear them. Yeah, fear that like you're still feeling pretty sour over things. And if this was like a friendship thing, because I think lemons can also represent friendship. I think. That could just be kind of some like extra confirmation there as well. What are you? Yeah, we have like another like a snowy house. So wintertime could be significant when it comes to this person, or like Christmas time, specifically holiday season. We have an owl. Yeah, I really think that like they have their eye on you. They're kind of watching you. I also think they've grown a lot wiser since whatever went down between the two of you went down, and they're hoping to like be able to prove that to you. But sometimes they might like clam up whenever they're around you, or like their hands get clammy, palms are sweaty. Mom spaghetti. I think there's something else. We also have like a little moon here. Yeah, I think they're just gonna let things like run their course, because I'm thinking like of the concept of time with the moon, because moon phases, time passing, you know. They're going to act on things when it feels right and kind of listen to their intuition in that regard. They could also really like spooky stuff, which looks like a little haunted house. Maybe you guys were like roommates or something, and they were roommates. And then it turned into a horror house. Yeah. They could also really like Halloween, or dressing up for Halloween or something like that. We have a little Scorpio here to indicate like Scorpio signs, sun, moon, rising, whatever it may be. Maybe even like Scorpio moon, because we have the moon and Scorpio. And then we have a little cat here. So maybe they have a cat, maybe you have a cat. I'm also thinking of like feline-like reflexes. So maybe this person, what hurts and why? Isn't that cool when that happens? Just like random pain in your body. Yeah, so they could have like really good reflexes, which is probably due to them taking good care of their body. Yeah, I'm also thinking of like black cat energy. Girl, we got one right here. Because, you know, there's a whole like golden retriever, black cat thing. And then we have a freaking dog in a spaceship. Hell yeah, brother! I'm thinking of like going to space in terms of, and I don't even know if that's like a phrase or whatever, but in terms of like the high life, you know what I mean? And also how like there's so much like weed merchandise, I suppose, centered around aliens with like joints or blunts in their hands. There's so much of it. There's a lot. So I don't know, maybe this person liked that or would clown on it. If you like it, that's cool. I like to poke fun at it because I think it's really silly. I also just think a lot of alien stuff is silly. But we also have the lovebirds here. So maybe at one point you guys were like two peas in a pod. And then something happened. We also have the Ace of, I call it, to me this is like the Ace of Pentacles, but it's also just like a pentacle. Yeah. If you need to know, if you fear this person having like any ill intent towards you, or like attempting anything with fuckery, I think like Spirit wants you to know that like you are protected from this person if need be, which is interesting because I don't think they, for most of you, for like 99% of you, I don't, but there's that 1%. For 99% of you, I don't think this person has any ill intent towards you and never did and never will. If anything, they were just like upset because of whatever happened, but that's not like a, they dislike you as a person kind of thing. I think they dislike what happened. Yeah. But with Ace of Pentacles as well, I think that they could be hoping for something to grow between the two of you again, and for things to really, like if things are able to restart between the two of you, I think they really hope that they solidify. And it's not just like a temporary thing. It's not just like, yeah, we hung out 3 times and then it just kind of fizzled out. After that, you know, it's something that like they genuinely want to be back into your life and want you back in theirs. There's just like a lot of complicated feelings and stuff that feels like it's sort of preventing that from happening. So, what advice does the universe have for pile 2 about this person? We have breath with the trigger statement, I can't breathe, and the true statement, I open up to all possibility. You are ready to let go of the suffering so that you can take in new possibilities. Release so you can receive. Yeah, I mean, like, I understand. Hey girl, as a Scorpio, I understand holding a grudge against someone. I love to do it. I really do. Is it the healthiest thing to do? No. But am I going to be pissed forever that someone wronged me? Yeah. And that's normal. However, in this situation, I really do think there is a possibility for the two of you to mend things here, should you wish. Because I think this person is going to be very open to that and very open to listening and hearing you out and what you have to say and your side of things, and they want to understand so that the two of you can mend things. So if you are holding a grudge, I think that's just like a you problem that you need to deal with, because they aren't holding any grudges. I heard like because they're more mature than that, but that sounds kind of like a jab, so Anyway, we have letting go with their trigger statement. This is not the way it is supposed to be, and their true statement is I'm free. They're kind of like heavy-handed with this one, huh? Lift up your burdens and allow the divine to free you from them. Allow yourself to be cleansed of anything that is weighing you down. I mean, yeah. Can I get one more? And then evolution with the trigger statement, things will never change. And the true statement, I attract only what is good. I misspoke. I attract only what is for my highest good. The imbalances in relationships that have been keeping you down are no longer needed. You are ready to transform. And on the bottom, trigger statement, we have enlightened with the trigger statement, I'm alone. And the true statement is I am one with all that is. Dear child, you are safe and loved as you continue on your journey of self-exploration. Yeah. So, like, if you, like, have the belief that everything happens for your highest good, and then you want to go into this with the belief that everything happens for your highest good, then whatever happens will happen for your highest good. Take a shot every time I fucking say highest good, I guess. Don't do that, please. Yeah. Okay, cool. Cool. So, pile 2, that's all I have for you. Thanks so much for joining me for your reading. You can like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoy this reading, or if you enjoy how I read. You can also check out my Patreon. That's new and cool and funky and fresh. If you want exclusive tarot readings, if you want tarot spread PDFs that I make, if you get the highest tier, you get a free personal reading every month. Free, you pay for the highest tier, but like it's a steal because you get so much other shit with it. Tarot education content, and like a bunch of other stuff. It's really cool, it's fun, and the community, like, I'm having fun growing a community there and connecting with them and you guys. It's cool, it's fun. The community aspect of my job is my favorite. It's my favorite part of this. It's so fun. Okay. You can also check out my tarot deck if you want to, and my oracle deck. I made them, they're cool. This is the Childlike Oracle. It's fun, it uses childhood themes. Just like learn more about yourself and get in touch with your inner child, or you can use it as whatever, you know. It's a deck, you know, and then there's the Bone Dead Tarot deck. It's cool. It's funky, it's fresh, it shuffles beautifully, like, it's so nice. The edges are gilded. This is just kind of busted because I've been shuffling it and doing multiple spreads with it every day for, like, over a year now. So, that baby has some wear and tear. You can also book a personal reading with me if you want to. That'll be linked down below. Yeah, you can follow me on social media at Bone Tarot on TikTok and Instagram. I'm posting there a lot, both places, if you want to keep up with the baddie. Yeah, that's all I have for you. So, thanks so much for joining me for your reading. I really, really appreciate it. Hope you have a lovely morning, afternoon, or night whenever you're watching. Bye. Pile 3, if you chose the swag cat, then this is going to be your reading. So, we're going to start out with the oracle cards to look at who is having late night thoughts about you, who's up thinking about you. And then we're going to get into the tarot, and then charms, and then some closing advice. Sure, let's go ahead and get into it. So, for this person's main energy, we have the Mentor with number 6. And then their energy towards you is family, roots, family dynamic, and tradition. Family dynamics, plural. And then, how you know them, we have the Emperor, numero 4. Oh, this is number 12, by the way. And then, outward energy is the Moon with emotions. Moods, intuition, personal needs, Monday, Cancer. Come on, girl. What's happening? Monday, Cancer, the unconscious, comfort, feelings, family, home, reflecting yin and femininity. And then for a look at their inner self, we have mommy's lap. So, yeah, hey, this is probably someone who's in your family or feels like family, or that you have somewhat of like a family dynamic with. That's so abundantly clear. That is like really obvious. So if you don't want to hear about a family member, then like, I don't know, sorry. Yeah, I do think this is someone that you look up to though. Someone that you like, probably do have a good relationship with. Sorry, my shorts are riding up, bro. Someone you do have like a good relationship with, because with the mentor, like, well, I also like, yeah, Spirit brought up the fact that you also like can learn from someone what not to do through their example of whatever they're doing. You're like, now I'm not fucking doing that shit. I see them looking like a fool, a clown, and now I know what not to do. So, one way or another, you learned from this person, and they taught you a lot, and they see you as family, and they love you like family. Yeah, with how you know them and it being the Emperor, it's interesting because we have the Emperor, which is like fatherly energy, but then we also have mommy's lap. So it just like parent. Although I with like their outward energy as the moon, this could be someone who is very has very like powerful emotions, very strong emotions, very much so like lets their emotions push them around rather than being the one that's in control of their emotions. Like the image I'm getting in my head, a vision I'm seeing, is if they're in an ocean and the ocean is representative of their emotions. They're in like a little rowboat and they lost their paddle like a long time ago. So they're just like a little bit helpless out there, you know? Rather than being like a really safe ship that is really safe on tumultuous seas. And we're gonna pretend like I know exactly what kind of ship that is, but I don't know jack about boats. So, I love when we pretend. Yeah, like someone who's, like, they could have like a lot of emotional turmoil or just be very, very emotionally reactive in situations. Sorry. They could have like a victim mentality or mindset, because I heard the phrase like, oh, so now it's my fault. So, I don't know, like maybe it was always your fault, girl, I don't know. Like, take responsibility or something. Be the adult here. But they could kind of, like with the Emperor, like they could kind of have like a head of household type vibe. Now I'm thinking of Big Brother. The reality TV series. Unless this is a Big Brother. I don't know. I'm thinking of the reality TV series Big Brother. My mom loves Big Brother. Or we did. It kind of fell off though. Anyway. Yeah, it's kind of like, because, words. With the moon and emotions, we have like, one of the keywords is the unconscious. I don't know how self-aware this individual is. I kind of want to say not very. I kind of want to say, like, I'm thinking of an emotionally immature parent, or someone who, like, didn't want to grow up, or someone who, like, had kids at, like, a really young age, and couldn't, like, struggled with transitioning in or growing into a parental figure for said child, and not just, like, being in denial that they have become a parental figure and still going out and doing whatever they want to as if they don't have kids at home, you know? Yeah. So, like, with the mentor, this could be someone who, I'm getting, like, two different things. This could be someone who genuinely has grown as an adult. Someone who has, like, evolved and learned maturity, and learned, like, what growth actually looks like. And they could have done that through spirituality, maybe. For others of you, I think this is someone who, again, led through the example of what not to do, what not to be. Yeah. Really interesting. For their inner self, we have Mommy's Lap, which is interesting. I kind of want to read from the book for that one. Which, did I make this deck? Yeah. And am I still going to read from the book? Yeah. Because I feel like there's something that I'm not getting. Here we go. Mommy's Lap, our safe space from the world. Mommy's Lap is the place where we can feel the most love and acceptance. We're held and we feel cherished here, leaning into her warmth to ease whatever might be ailing us. She might scratch or rub circles on our back or run her fingers through our hair to show us that she's right there for us, grounding us and making us feel so safe and protected in her arms. Nothing can hurt us here. The outside world feels like it's been blocked out when we're in her arms. The sounds of everything else gets muffled as we lean our head against her chest, hearing her heartbeat and letting it lull us into a deep and embracing trance, perhaps even falling asleep. She could even be talking to others, a whole scene playing out while we're in the cocoon of Mommy's Lap, and her voice could travel through her body to our ears, joining her heartbeat to create an alluring and beautiful symphony of our most coveted comfort sounds. It feels womb-like to be here. This is as close as we can get to mimicking our introduction to this world. Keywords: safe space, comfort, home, welcoming, protective. When shadowed, it's clinging, restrictive, refusal to stray from your comfort zone. For their inner self, like, I feel like their self-perception might be off. Like, their self-perception might kind of be a lot grander than how they actually show up in the world. So I'm feeling really drawn to, like, the clingy kind of, like, restrictive energy of it. So this could be someone who is, like, sort of holds on to you in a way that's like I'm thinking of, like, a grip that's, like, way too tight to where it's uncomfortable, but they're like, I need you, I need your help, I need you to ground me, I need you whatever, blah blah blah, whatever. And you're like, hey, that fucking hurts, and I can't do that for you. In fact, you're supposed to be doing that for me. Yeah. Yeah, okay. So, that's what we have for the Who. I'm very curious to see, like, what their thoughts are about you. Like, so, what are this person's thoughts about pile 3? What is this person thinking about pile 3 when they are up late? We have the Page of Wands. They could be thinking about, like, because, like, it is, like, a parental figure, and the Ace of Wands, like, your childhood, and we have the Queen of Swords, oh, and the King of Cups, with the Nine of Swords on the bottom. What rune is that? Pause, because I just put my cards in a... No, it's the... Algies. Yeah, I thought it was protection. Meaning elk. Protection, defense, shield, guardian. Yeah. If you... like, need to be protected from this person, or like just even this person's energy, I think you are, just by spirit, the universe, your guides, especially if you especially if you like work with your ancestors, and hey, they're perfectly aware of the issues happening. They're like, yeah, we're gonna keep you away from that because you deserve better. Yeah, I really feel like their self-perception is off. I don't know if this is someone who, like, is aware of any of the wrong they did. So I feel like they think about your childhood and they have, like, rose-colored glasses about it. If they ever think about anything harsh that they said to you, I'm hearing which they definitely did, then I think with the Queen of Swords here, they, ew, sorry, I'm hearing like, this hurts me more than it hurts you. Which I think that's the most bullshit phrase to ever exist. Fun fact, by the way. I think they use they come up with excuses for their behavior all of the time to themselves in their own head. But they like to see things like that were really fun, and they remember things that were good and good times between the two of you, and they really like highlight those and shine the light on that stuff specifically while ignoring the rest of it, because if they didn't ignore the rest, then that would mean accountability, and I don't know how good they are with that. Yeah, and with the King of Cups, like, there's a lot of... They put a lot of their emotions into past memories, and, like, the bittersweetness of nostalgia or whatever, and thinking about how, oh, things were better back then, especially if you don't really talk to them anymore, that I think they just think about when you would connect with them when you were younger and you didn't really have a choice. And they miss that. They kind of miss the, like, obligation that you had to talk to them and hang out with them and be near them, you know? Yeah. Interesting. Yeah, they really, really, really only highlight, like, the fun and exciting stuff. And I don't know how often they think about you as you are currently, because I think that, like, if you aren't, like, in contact with them, I think that would just, like, upsets them. So they don't want to think about it. And I'm hearing, like, they almost, like, don't want to know how you're doing. And I think it's out of fear that you're doing better without them. Because I think they know you are. And that hurts. But also, like, you dug your grave, so you kind of gotta lay in it. They did. I'm talking about them, not you. You, are out of the fucking graveyard. You're not there. You're not there. Okay, so why is this person thinking about pile 3? We have the Knight of Swords, 2 of Wands. I'll get one more. And Judgment with the Chariot on the bottom. I think they just think about you a lot. I think you're just on their mind a lot. I think they see things that remind them of you constantly, especially if they still live in your childhood home, or if they still have a lot of things, or like furniture items, or your toys from childhood, stuff like that. Yeah. I also think it's because they have the feeling where they like, or like they think about reaching out to you all the time and they really want to do it all of the time, and maybe they do, and maybe you don't really pick up. Maybe they're even blocked, which would be, yeah. Is there anything else? Oh, if they like, I think anytime they have realizations maybe about how shitty they were in childhood, they might want to like call you or like hit you up and talk to you about it and be like, am I seeing this right? Like, is that really how it was? And then you go, yeah, actually, dare I say, it was even worse. Or they want to like apologize maybe, or just like find an excuse to talk to you. I think they try to find excuses to talk to you all of the time. Yeah, okay. So will this person reach out to pile 3 soon? How do you want to be? 2 of Swords in reverse. Will they try to reach out to pile 3? We have the Empress. Ugh, she is so pretty. I love her. Will this person... Okay. We have the 6 of Cups. With the 6 of Swords. Yeah! Yeah, they will. To talk about old times. And if they're... Again, if this is like a parental figure, especially like a mother figure, they might try to like leverage that status to their advantage as best as they can. But they also are going to like, this feels like someone who would constantly try to reach out and like try to mend things, while still not really seeing, while still having a victim mindset and mentality, and refusing to take accountability and like actually do anything to change. Yeah. Yeah. They could also try to reach out to you through other people. They could try to check up on you and how you're doing, like, through other people. Yeah. Okay. So let's get some charms for signs and synchronicities. So, what synchronicities or extra messages do we have for pile 3? Okay, for letters, I don't really get letters a lot. Yay, we have W. Can I get some W's in the chat, please? Chat, spam some W's. And N. So maybe, like, these could be the initials to someone's name. I'm also, like, Northwest. Not Kanye and Kim's kid. Like the Pacific Northwest. I'm thinking of. WN is also making me think of, like, win. So I think they try to, like, win you over a lot. But I'm also thinking of, like, they might have a mindset where, like, if you give in and talk to them, then they won. Then they won. Which, it's not like a winner. It's not a competition. There's no win or lose. It's just... But that's not how they see it, you know? We have 2 fortune cookies. Or, like, fortunes. We have a new friendship will stand the test of time. Lucky numbers 19, 30, 55, 18, 53, and 21. Anyway. This is making me think that, like, you might actually get a new friend who has a really similar dynamic with, like, a parent figure, and then you can kind of bond over that, and also give each other tips and tricks on how to deal with them. And then we have, your style will look fabulous. Fabulous. I'm thinking of America's Next Top Model. So maybe that was, like, a show you watched when you were younger, or maybe you watched it together. Or maybe, like, for some of you, I'm hearing, like, the one good thing that was inherited was a good sense of style or something, maybe. Yeah, okay. Where do I want to start? We have, like, a penguin in a Christmas tree hat. So Christmas could be an important time of year, which I think that makes sense because usually around Christmas you spend time with family. But like, maybe some arguments could have started with this person because, like, you're like, hey, that's actually not how I actually don't want to spend my Christmas arguing and being tense and walking on eggshells, and dodging passive-aggressive comments. So I don't spend Christmas with you this year. Yeah, because there's also, like, a little sweater here, and then I think this is Santa too. No, it's a little ghost witch. Christmas sweater. So, like, yeah, winter could be, like, a significant time period, with this little ghost witch. This is making me think of... What's the quote from Brave? If you could change your fate, would you? I can't do a Scottish accent, so I'm really sorry. But I'm thinking, like, if you could change the past, would you? Because ghost past, you know? Yeah. And how growing up, things might not have, like, I don't know, like, upon reflection, you could have gone, like, oh, there could have been, like, a lot of realizations that, like, oh, that wasn't, like, a cool, fun, hip thing that my parent was doing. That was neglectful behavior. We also have a little horsey here. It's making me think of SMU. So, I don't know, like, Southern Methodist University. Ow, elbow. Also, like, Old Wild West films or, like, Western novels. Cowboy boots. Maybe you rode horses when you were younger. Which that's really cool. I wish I could ride horses. We have the, like, Pisces charm here. So Pisces people or Pisces season could be important. I wouldn't be surprised if this person is, like, a undeveloped or underdeveloped Pisces. you know, they can display some toxic behaviors if they're not, like, but if they haven't matured into the more, I don't know, developed aspects, traits of Pisces. We also have a seahorse. Seahorse, which I always think of how the males get pregnant. And preg, I guess. Sorry. Sorry. So, fathers. Obviously, we see seahorse and we think, ah, father. Ariel could also be important, like, The Little Mermaid, because I'm hearing Under the Sea, or, Beach Towns also is coming through. We have a sun here, which this sun in particular makes me think of Tangled. Oh! Where the whole plot is Mother Gothel and Rapunzel. That makes sense. Oh my god, you're Rapunzel. Isn't she awesome? She is, I love her. And then we have a TV. We've got a TV. So maybe when you were younger, watching TV was a way to drown out or like escape whatever was going on. Or maybe there's like a TV show that reminds you of spending time with your family. This is my lucky ducky. This is my lucky ducky. So congrats, you've been blessed by the lucky ducky. You have good luck for the next forever. Congratulations. And then we have a little pentacle with some bats on it. Halloween could also be significant. Bats also make me think of like transformation, growth and change. So you are protected, and your transformations and growth and change is protected, period. And then we have a cobweb, which makes me think of like sticky situations and getting trapped in someone's web. Also Madam Web, the movie, which I've heard is horrible. I never saw it. I'm never going to. Yeah, so maybe it might feel like they're trying to trap you into their web again. Cool. Okay, so that's what we have for charms. So let's get some advice for you when it comes to this person. So, what advice have we got for pile 3? Ah, it's 444 on the clock. 4 is the number of protection. You're protected in case, like, that's coming through a lot, so I don't know who needs to hear that, but I guess all of you. It being reaffirmed so much. Okay. What advice do we have for pile 3 when it comes to dealing with this person? We have comfort. Trigger statement, people cannot be trusted. True statement, I trust my heart. Your big, beautiful heart is ready to open. Trust that you will be able to discern who is best to walk with you. If you ever start to doubt yourself and your choices, especially if it is about going like no contact with a parental figure, trust that you know what you're doing and you know what's best for you, and that nobody ever does that lightly. So second guessing that makes sense, and is, I think, very normal. But also, like, trust, again, that you know what's best for you and that you lead with your heart and not your overthinking mind that doubts yourself, if that makes sense. I hope that makes sense. Can I get 2 more? Okay. We have intimacy with the trigger statement, this is too good to be true, and the true statement is it can only get better. Allow yourself to experience more joy and love. Raise your resonance by swimming in the sweetness of life. So if this person ever does like actually improve and grow, and they're consistent with it, like actually for like a long time, and you're kind of scared to trust it, valid, but like, allow yourself to do so even though it might be scary. And then we have confidence with the trigger statement, I can't do that. And the true statement, I am a light. Step forward and be the bright light that you are. Serve your purpose to the world by sharing your amazing gifts. Oh my god, hey, ring light moment. Yeah, if this person's ever, like, made you doubt yourself or your skill or your purpose or, you know, whatever about yourself, I think that's just projection. Especially if it comes into terms of, like, usefulness. A person doesn't need to be useful to have value, first and foremost. But also, like, I'm actually just gonna leave that there. Like, a person doesn't need to be useful to have value. Because what the hell? On the bottom of the deck, we have nourishment with the trigger statement, it's all my fault, and the true statement is I see what I truly need. Your energetic body needs nourishment, so begin to discern physical hunger from spiritual hunger. Cherish your body in the way it supports you. Speaking of physical hunger, I'm kind of hungry. Period. So, pile 3, that's all I got for you. I hope this resonated, I hope it made sense to you. Feel free to like, comment, and subscribe if you enjoyed this reading, if you enjoy how I read. I know this one wasn't lighthearted by any means, so thanks for sticking all the way through. If you did, I appreciate it. Yeah, you can also check out my Patreon if you want to. Oh, I just started it and it's quite fun over there. We have like extra readings, tarot spreads that you can download that I make, and that they're fun and they're cool. Tarot education content, and then the top tier, you get a free reading every month. So, yeah, cool. You can also pause. There's other things. Follow me on social media at Tarot on TikTok and Instagram. I post there often. And you can check out my tarot and oracle decks. I made my own tarot and oracle decks. This is the Childlike Wonders Oracle if you want to work on like childhood healing, connecting with your inner child, anything of the like, or just getting to know yourself better. This is good for that. That'll be linked down below. I also made my own tarot deck, the Bone Dead Tarot. It's cool, it's awesome, it's great. I recommend it. Shuffles like butter. I have like all 5-star reviews on this bitch, which I'm so proud to say. Yeah, so thanks again for joining me for your reading. I really appreciate it, and I hope you have a lovely morning, afternoon, or night whenever you're watching. Bye.